Hello everyone, Professor Chimp here. I'm here to bring back an old story for you. A few years back, I started a collab series with What If Universe and then Anime Sage, where we brought together the world of Dragon Ball with the Martians of DC Comics, replacing the Namekians in the story in order to see what would happen. However, there were some complications that came up during this series, mainly with my busy schedule and other things that I won't go into too much. Long story short, both Anime Sage and What If Universe are stepping away from What If style content. While What If Universe will continue to be the video editor for this series, they won't be continuing with me on this series as partners, so I'll be taking the full reins of this series. Some of the previous episodes of this series have been floating between ownership for a while. First, they were in What If Universe's channel, and then to Anime Sage's. With them no longer interested in hosting What If content, it was decided that they would take down the older Martian videos so I could re-upload them to my channel. So, for the next month or so, I'll be re-uploading the previous parts of Martians in Dragon Ball that were moved from their channels. Then, I'll be releasing the final 2 parts of the series. Well, at least season 1 anyways. Thanks again to everyone's support, and thank you to both What If Universe and Anime Sage for your contributions to this series. I wish you both the best of luck in your future endeavors. Without further ado, here is a story of what if DC Martians were in Dragon Ball. The journey continues. After meeting a young girl who had arrived at his island, the young Son Goku embarked on a mystical adventure. After facing many challenges and foes, Goku and his friends ascended the mighty Muscle Tower. However, this wasn't the tower they were supposed to climb. Embarrassed, and with a new friend in tow, our heroes set off to their final destination. Unfortunately for our heroes, another set of obstacles await them. Can Goku and friends pass the trials of the Korins tribe? Find out now. God and his trials. What if Martians were in Dragon Ball? Part 3. The Z Fighters travel a long way back to the desert, where the gang stops at Mushroom City to get supplies. They encounter the rabbit mob, who ends up turning Yamcha into a carrot when he attempts to save Bulma from the rabbit's magic. Puar holds Carrot Yamcha, lamenting that things always get trippy in Mushroom City. Enraged, Ader tries to attack Monster Carrot, but he is also turned into a carrot. Goku uses the power pole to defeat the mob and save his friends. As Yamcha lies on the ground stunned, Ader yells out that he can't believe he was a vegetable. The group finally arrives at the land of Korin. They find Korins Tower and meet its guardians, the Korins tribe. The village chief, Bora, introduces himself and his son Upa to them. They also meet a peculiar family in the village. The elder shaman, Piccolo, his wife and fellow shaman, Flute, their eldest son, Tambourine, second eldest, Trombone, third eldest, Drum, and their youngest child, a daughter named Chime. Bulma asks if this is the tower from the Heaven in the Sky legend, which Bora confirms. If they climb this tower, then they'll have a chance to meet God. However, before they're able to climb the tower, they must prove to the Korins tribe, the guardians of this land, that they are worthy. In order to prove themselves worthy, the group must pass these 3 trials: the path of wisdom, the path of strength, and the path of heart. For the first trial, the path of wisdom, they must enter a cave guarded by stone golems. At the end of the cave is an ancient puzzle that has stumped the greatest minds of the last 1,000 years. If they solve the puzzle, they pass with no problems. If they fail, the stone guardians will awaken to seal them inside the cave, dooming them to a brutal, slow death. The gang enter the cave, scared and nervous, where they find a stone altar that contains the puzzle. A Rubik's Cube! Goku and Ader gasp in horror at what they see, but Bulma and Yamcha fall to the ground. Bulma solves the cube without any issues. As they leave the cave, the Korins tribe look on in shock. Barely anyone has ever solved that puzzle. Appa congratulates the travelers, as Bora tells them that their challenges aren't over yet. The first trial was the easiest of the three. The next trial is on a whole other level. For the second trial, the Path of Strength, they must either defeat all the warriors of the Korins tribe, or have them acknowledge their strength. Goku and Yamcha step up to the ring as they fight the tribe's greatest warriors. Goku and Yamcha defeat Bora and many of the other warriors. However, once they had to fight the children of the shamans, they were in for an immense surprise. Neither of them were able to defeat them. Yamcha wasn't able to land a single hit on any of them, and although Goku was able to land his attacks, they seemingly did no damage. Goku uses various techniques against the brothers, but none of them work. Goku creates multiple after images, but the brothers are able to find him every time. He fires a Kamehameha, but Tambourine tanks the blast head on without a scratch. Goku even goes full power and launches a punch at Drum, but he effortlessly blocks the fist and throws him to the ground. The challengers aren't able to defeat Trombone, Drum, or Tambourine. However, the brothers acknowledge the young Saiyan as a true warrior. They hadn't had a fight that exciting in years. Goku is amazed that there could be this many people in the world that are that much stronger than him. The brothers laugh as Chimp tells Goku that their papa is even stronger than them. Goku is pumped up as he challenges the Elder Shaman to a fight, but Bulma and Yamcha quickly drag Goku aside. For the final trial, the Path of Hearts, Goku and the gang enter the Piccolo family tent, where Flute is waiting for them. Flute asks them all to extend their hands so she can read their palms, which she claims will reveal their true character. They all extend their hands out as the shaman closes her eyes, scanning their souls and minds. Flute is surprised to see just how strange these people are. One only desires a boyfriend and strawberries. Another only wishes to cure his ailment towards girls. She can't even read the mind of the large man. And this boy, he was the strangest of them all. For the first time in her entire life, Flute could not detect a single shred of malice or evil in someone's mind. He was truly pure of heart. She asks the group to pull her hands back as she smiles, congratulating them for passing their final test. The group has now been recognized by the tribe as worthy, as they are granted permission to begin their journey to their true path to power. The entire group celebrates, but as Bulma is about to pull out a capsule, the Elder Shaman warns them that they cannot use any machines or magic to climb the tower. They must climb up there the old-fashioned way. Ader mentions that he is a machine, so would he still be allowed to climb? The Korins tribe, not knowing exactly what to do here, huddle together and whisper amongst themselves before telling the android that they'll make an exception for his special circumstances. Bulma and Puar ride on Ader's back as Ader, Goku, and Yamcha climb up. The Korins tribe cheer them on until they are no longer in sight. As the tribe disperses, Flute approaches her husband to tell him that she has faith in these people. They'll definitely be able to meet him. Piccolo chuckles. He never thought he'd live to see another person pass her trial. Flute pulls her husband aside as she tells him that there was something else she needed to say. As she looked deeper inside little Goku's mind, she saw flashes of his memories from much earlier in his life. She saw a space pod, a man and a woman with a tail, and a massive explosion. Piccolo starts to sweat as he asks Flute if what she saw was true and not simply a memory of a dream. She nods as the couple look back up at the tower where they had last seen Goku. Then it must be true. I was wondering about the tail, but now there's no doubt about it. That young boy, he's an alien, just like us. Back on the tower, Things aren't looking good for our heroes. They have been climbing for nearly 2 whole days. At one point, Yamcha is about to fall from exhaustion, but Bulma encourages him to keep going. Eventually, our heroes reach the top of the tower, where they meet a talking cat. The mysterious feline introduces himself as Korin, the master of the tower. It's been a while since he had any guests. Bulma asks Korin if he's God, as he laughs. Of course he's not. Why would God be a cat? That's stupid. The true God is actually up above him. However, he'll only tell them how to reach him if they're able to catch the bell on his tail. Ader, Goku, and Yamcha try to catch the bell, but they can't. They're exhausted, and Goku is starving, so Korin gives them some senzu beans. Ader turns down his bean, he just has to recharge his batteries. Does he happen to have an outlet he can plug into? Korin just looks at him with a look of concern. Goku and Yamcha are rejuvenated as Goku mentions that maybe it's time he busts out that technique he's been working on. Goku tells Yamcha to chase after Korin and to get out of the way when he can. Yamcha places his trust in Goku, and as he lunges after Korin, the cat leaps back. Goku shouts out, "Now!" as he stretches out his hands, firing a massive jolt of electricity. Korin is zapped, his whiskers frying up as he falls to the ground. As his fur poofs up and he yells at Goku, asking him if he was trying to kill him with a stunt like that, Korin realizes that his bell was missing. Ader was holding on to it with a smile on his face. They did it! Korin chuckles. He was outplayed this time. Not bad. He reveals to the group that the only way to reach heaven is by attaching an ancient artifact known as the Power Pole to the top of the tower. Unfortunately, this artifact has been lost to time. Without it, there's no way to reach beyond the clouds. This is when Goku pulls out his Power Pole and asks if this was the pole he was talking about. Korin's eyes widened. How the hell does this kid already have the Power Pole? Goku laughs. Who knew his grandpa's pole would come in handy like this one day? With the pole in hand, Goku attaches it to the top of Korins Tower and it extends into the clouds. The gang hold on tight as they shoot upwards, parting the clouds until they finally reach the lookout. They are greeted by both Popo and the Guardian of Earth, Kami. Bulma looks at Kami with a curious expression on her face. She didn't think God would look so green. He commends them on completing their quest, as he states that he's been keeping an eye on them for a while. In true Wizard of Oz fashion, he allows each of them to ask him for a single request. Ader asks if he can be a real person, as Kami replies that he's already a real person with feelings and friends who care about him. Poir asks if he can take a picture with him and sign it in order to prove to his old middle school friends that he knows God personally. Kami obliges, having Popo take a picture with a camera and creating a pen from out of thin air to sign it. Yamcha asks if he can get rid of his phobia of women, as Kami says that he's already gotten rid of it. By this point in his journey, Yamcha has already gotten comfortable with talking to Bulma. He had already inadvertently solved his own problem. Bulma asks if he can give her the perfect boyfriend, as Kami bluntly says that she's too young to be dating. Yamcha says, "Maybe he couldn't grant your request because I'm already here." Finally, Goku asks Kami if he can spar with him, and he accepts. Goku and Kami prepare themselves to fight. Goku goes in for a punch, but the punch goes right through Kami as if he was punching the air. Before Goku can process what's happening, Kami karate chops him in the neck and knocks him out, winning him the match instantly. Goku is amazed at just how strong God is, as Kami smiles. Kami tells him that, although he is pretty strong right now, he has plenty of room for improvement. He asks Goku to promise him that he'll continue to grow and train so that, one day, he can come back to the lookout and challenge him again. Goku happily accepts. Kami says that they'll always be welcome here at the lookout as the gang ride with Popo on his carpet back down to the land of Korin. Once the gang return to the mortal realm, they go their separate ways. Yamcha and Puar head off with Bulma to West City as the two teens realize their feelings for each other. Ader wasn't really sure where to go, even contemplating heading back to Jingle Village, but Bulma insists that he come back with her to the city so she can study his circuitry. As Goku hops on his flying Nimbus, he says goodbye to all his friends before taking off. Kami looks on from the lookout, smiling as he sees the excited monkey boy returning home. I'm surprised you revealed your true form to those youngsters. You've never done that before. I felt that it was fitting to show who I really am to them, especially to the boy with the tail, from one alien to another. I think that was wonderful. He sure does look happy, doesn't he? Indeed he is. I hope that happiness lasts. I'm glad that we were able to meet face to face. His strength and skills are astonishing, and his heart. It's the purest heart I've ever seen. As long as he remains dedicated to his training and his morals, he'll go far. I think so too. Maybe in 100 years or so, he might be a worthy challenger for you. I don't know about that, old friend. In fact, I feel as if our union may come sooner than we think.